So when we plan backwards, our main goal is to create the understanding in students based on the standards, and then have the students perform the understanding and the skills that are embedded in those standards at the end of the unit using the summative assessment. And then after we design the summative assessment, we then break it down and plan what experiences the students will be able to use to move toward being able to masterfully perform in that summative assessment all the aspects that are in the standards that were addressed in a unit. And for this particular process, Wiggins and McTeague recommend a framework that they built called the 6 facets of understanding. So when we think of understanding, there are some particular cognitive or thinking moves that the students will do. For example, in this illustration, we can list them down. When we truly understand something, we can explain it. So we can generalize, we can connect or make connections, we can provide examples. When we understand, we can interpret. So we can tell accessible stories and provide a new dimension or new perspective to whatever it is, the material that we are interacting with. When we understand something, we can apply. So we can use what we understand or know in real situations. When we truly understand something, we have perspective. So we can see the points of view of different viewpoints of people through critical eyes. So that also means that we can say that we disagree with something and we're evaluating and justifying why it is that we either agree or disagree. When we understand, we can empathize, because then we can see from other people's point of view, like how we say walking in another's shoes, to take on the attitude or the stance of another person. We can also empathize by valuing what others do, even though it is not what we do. Finally, when we truly understand, we have self-knowledge, and so we are aware of what we don't know. We can think about the experiences of learning. We can think about how we didn't succeed and why, and then how we can then improve in the next time so that we can succeed. And so all of these cognitive processes are part of understanding. And when a student is going to reach or approach understanding toward the end of a unit, the teacher designs a lot of experiences along the way that form that understanding. And this is what we call the formative experiences. These are activities and engagements that students undergo throughout the unit and that the teacher uses to give feedback. So they are used for learning. They can also be used to assess where the student is at a particular point in time. And the teacher then uses that data to address maybe reteaching or augmenting or sustaining or strengthening the learning of the students toward the summative performance task.